I'm Daisy Whitney, and this is the New Media Minute presented by Natpe. This episode is sponsored by Digital Smiths, and you can learn more about the company's video search and publishing products at digitalsmiths.com. So we are shooting this episode from Natpe. By the time you watch it, the conference will have finished, but I want to give you a sense of what the new media themes were from the show. And what I am hearing from producers, both traditional and in the new media business, is that they are no longer interested in financing their own projects and producing them on spec. So what that basically means, for instance, take Break Media. It's a web property, targets young men. Break only wants to launch shows if there are already advertisers attached from the get-go. Then take a look at Equal. That's the new media shop behind the Lonely Girl series. For Lonely Girl, Equal owned all of the intellectual property behind that show. Now, as Equal is reaching out and doing more shows that it's doing in partnership with CBS, it's acting in a producer capacity and isn't necessarily owning the rights to its shows anymore. The reason behind all of this, of course, is financial. You want to make sure you're not putting out as much of your own money, and clearly if you can get it from a network or an advertiser, that's a much better bet for a content producer. Other thing I want to talk to you about today is fair use. There's a really fascinating session at Natpe on fair use. Now, I get asked this question a lot by content producers, especially folks who are producing for the web. They want to know how much of other material they're allowed to use in their works. So here's what the attorney said. Now, I'm not an attorney, of course, but I'm just going to transfer the information to you. Basically, it's a three-pronged test. Did you need to use the work to make the point that you're making? Did you only use as much as you actually need? And is the connection clear between the work that you're using and the point that you're making? So generally, if you can answer yes to all of those questions, you should be in the safe harbor for fair use. But of course, fair use is a very complicated topic. There are lots of aspects to this, and I'm actually working on a white paper on the topic. And if you want to email me, daisywhitney@gmail.com, I'll make sure you get an early bird rate for that when it comes out later this month. I'm Daisy Whitney. You have been watching the New Media Minute. You can friend me up on Facebook and follow me on Twitter.